Coming up on West Side Stories, we take a look at what you need to know about the upcoming election.
Plus, we dig deep into the world of mud bogging.
And we take a look at a spooky spin on a car wash. All this and more coming up only on West Side Stories.
West Side Stories is produced by students from the Multimedia Journalism program at Grand Valley State University. Support also comes from the School of Communications. Inspiring thought, perfecting practice.
Welcome back to West Side Stories. I'm Callie Hubbard.
And I'm Preston Donikoski. According to a recent Harvard poll, this midterm election could see a historic turnout for young voters. And we here at West Side Stories think that it's important to be an informed voter, so we put together a collection of ballot information that may help you at the polls.
But first, let's talk about some resources that will help you when you go out to vote. If you visit the Michigan Secretary of State's Voter Information Center's website, that's michigan.gov/vote. You can find a sample ballot just like the one you'll be looking at on Tuesday.
That's right, Callie. And for those who aren't sure of what candidates they want to support, the website also features links to candidates' websites.
Here are a few important things to keep in mind while voting. In Michigan, you need to bring an ID with you to the polls. That can be a Michigan license or other photo ID. However, if you find yourself without one, you can still vote. You just have to sign a legal statement saying you are who you are. If you're going to be out of town during Election Day, we want to remind you that it is, unfortunately, too late to fill out an absentee ballot application. The deadline was yesterday, the last Saturday before the election. And while you might want to show your friends that you're voting, you can't take a selfie while at the polls. While phones are allowed, you can't use them while at the precinct.
Thanks for those tips, Callie. Now let's go over the 3 ballot initiatives that you will vote on. Proposal 1 is about the legalization of marijuana for recreational use. If passed, Michigan residents 21 and older will be able to possess, use, and buy marijuana. Residents can have up to 10 ounces of marijuana in their home and grow up to 12 marijuana plants for personal consumption. The initiative will also create a state licensing system for marijuana businesses. According to a poll sponsored by the Detroit News and WDIV, 57% said they would favor the legalization of marijuana.
Proposal 2 aims to end gerrymandering, a complex partisan practice of dividing up voting districts to favor a party in power. This practice is considered unfair by many. This proposal will change the process to create an independent redistricting commission so that no one party has the power to change district lines. According to a recent Detroit News poll, the proposal has support of 58.5% of people that responded. So it's likely to pass.
And finally, the supporters of Proposition 3 say it will make it easier for Michigan residents to vote. This proposal includes automatic voter registration, same-day registration, and no-reason absentee voting. It would also bring back straight ticket voting. A Detroit News survey says that this initiative has overwhelming support.
One last note, the Secretary of State wants to remind voters to exercise their right to vote on November 6th. Polls are open at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. You can find your local polling station at michigan.gov/vote.
And for our first story tonight, the baby Trump balloon that made headlines in London popped up in Grand Rapids' very own Rosa Parks Circle this past weekend. Photojournalist John Rothwell was there and filed this report.
As the baby Trump floated over Rosa Parks Circle, opposing political voices were spoken. Co-promoter Sean Kenny tells us why he helped organize this event.
We are challenging the Trump regime. Donald Trump represents an assault on democracy. We think he represents the evil in the world.
Garen Collins of Niles, Michigan, showed up to support those who were protesting against the balloon.
I'm here to support any patriot organizations that may show up today that are against this craziness that keeps going on in our country with this derangement about the president.
Dressed as a beat-up Statue of Liberty, Andrew Tower says that his outfit had a lot of meaning behind it.
I'm here at the Baby Trump float to stand tall and strong and look for my pedestal again. I'm barely alive. I'm limping around, but I'm trying to hold this shattered torch up. People need to understand America is the most powerful country in the world, and we have many opportunities here. We shouldn't be building a wall.
Michigan Liberty Militia member Phil Robertson was also on hand.
Phil Robinson. I'm a nationalist. That means I love my country. I put my country above all else. I just want to see their mindset. You know, I want to see why it differs from mine and represent MLM, Michigan Liberty Militia.
Monica Stegman, another onlooker, had her own opinions about the Baby Trump balloon.
He looks like he's in a little playpen, which he belongs in a playpen because he acts like a toddler.
Reporting from the middle of Rosa Parks Circle, this is John Rothwell.
Members of the Republican and Democratic Party agree that it's more important than ever to get out and vote.
GVSU has recently announced a new donor-funded facility expansion in Lubbers Stadium, and that sparked speculation about GVSU going Division I. Reporters Eli Ong and Montez Fennick have more.
Tackles and touchdowns are in full effect, and so are facility upgrades at GVSU, where university officials have given a green light for renovations at the football center in Lubbers Stadium. The Jamie Hosford Football Center will be replacing the building that is located behind the previously installed 70-foot Megatron screen. It will receive a $2.5 million upgrade to better the meeting facilities for the players and coaches. GVSU's athletic director Carrie Becker expressed high hopes for the expansion as she talked about the long-awaited remodel.
Well, it's two-part. It's expansion, so that's what we broke ground for last 2 weeks ago, I guess it would be now. And that expansion will have in it an athletic training center and a rehabilitation area.
Becker says that there will be a new room where the entire team can meet. That's not all, though. There will also be a room showcasing championship trophies and NFL jerseys from former GVSU players. There will also be a new meeting room for the entire coaching staff. According to Becker, these renovations are necessary.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited that we got to launch this project. It's long overdue. We haven't touched the football center since 1997. Certainly it has aged and it has a lot of maintenance issues.
Plumbing leaks, cramped spaces, and many other issues. The current locker room doesn't hold enough lockers for every player. GV football coaches also do not have offices. They make the spaces that they have work. Michael Pettis, a football player at GV, agrees with Becker's excitement for the new facility.
I mean, it's really exciting me going into my senior year next year. I'm excited because our locker room needed some renovation. You know, sometimes in the rain it'll leak in there and stuff like that. So that'll be nice. It makes it more comfortable and it just adds to the environment. GV football adds to recruiting. And I mean, who doesn't like a brand new locker room?
They're holding meetings in hallways, in nooks and crannies of that football center. There's holding meetings in places that weren't even designed for people.
Becker believes it's time to enhance the facilities so the school can continue its record of recruiting excellent student athletes. The difference between the facility and other renovations is the donor-funded campaign, so students don't have to worry about money coming out of their pocket. The football center will be installed summer of 2019.
We had a great lead donor get this thing kicked off, and so now we're just going to take it and run, and we find that we have a lot of support. People want to see that enhancement so that our football program has the facilities that just to be able to compete.
Grand Valley is in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference with a current football record of 7-1 and a maximum attendance of 16,889 against rival Ferris State last year. But with these newest add-ons to Lubbers and the winning record from their football team comes the question from many students. Why hasn't Grand Valley decided to become a Division I school?
We're bigger than any other D2 school in the country, and like the GLIAD can't really hold us. And then if you look at the schools in the region, the other D1 schools in the region, we compare, and in a lot of places we're better. So eventually they're going to push us up.
The NCAA is organized from 3 divisions, Division I, Division II, and Division III. Division I schools are by definition the largest universities that compete with a minimum of 14 sports for both male and female. The money funded by D1 schools go from $20 million and up.
I think we need to continue to grow a little bit more. Just because my personal sports opinions, I believe that we won't be able to withstand the D1 athletic system yet.
I feel Grand Valley should switch over to D1 athletics because it would bring in more people. I mean, everybody I talk to says that you shouldn't go to the games, they'll just be a blowout every time.
To me, like, they would also be getting killed by, like, I feel like we'd get like Alabama first game or something, and it just wouldn't, to me, it just wouldn't be as fun to go to the games. Like, it wouldn't be as enjoyable for, you know, the families and all the students that go. So to me, it just doesn't make much sense to kind of make that change.
Despite the opinion of some students on campus, Becca believes that a D1 opportunity is out of the question.
I haven't looked at it in a while, and it depends on what level. You know, if you go FBS, you have to have a minimum stadium size. Well, we would have to build a new stadium to go FBS, so that's why you really have to take that off the equation.
As for Michael Pettis, he thinks his team has every right to go Division I.
I personally, I would like to go Division I. I think we have the talent. I think we have the recruits. I think we have the facilities to go Division I. I personally would like to see the team going forward be Division I and see what's out there and what competition we can go against and really test our mettle against, you know, good teams.
Reporting from West Michigan, this is Montez Fennick and Eli Ong.
Grand Valley State University says those who donate to the Jamie Hosford Football Center will be recognized on the donor wall inside the building.
Big trucks, big tires, and lots of mud. It's a yearly event that has it all. Reporter John Rothwell gives us a closer look at the world of mud bogging and how the community is coming together after a tragic loss.
It's just a little one, you know, 39.5 cut boggers. It's got a 468 big block, Chevy everything really. Turbo 350. We put it together in the backyard basically.
It's all custom built, two chassis, got a 572 big block Chevy in it. Me and my dad and my buddies all put it together.
A cold and rainy fall Saturday brought an estimated 1,500 people to Shagbart Farms in rural southeast Kent County to watch all kinds of trucks and Jeeps play in the mud. Sponsor Aaron Bavata called it a mud party. What's a mud party, you ask?
Big trucks, lots of fun, lots of children, young and old, everybody having a good time watching the craziness.
Shagbart Farm is a play bog, not a competition. In play bog, drivers play in the mud at their own leisure. Competition bogging is where drivers compete against one another, driving through a set distance of mud.
A play bog is what I like to do. I don't like competition. It's just one run, you got to pay for it every time. So just come out and beat on your truck and have fun with it.
Mud bogging can be quite intense at times, causing the adrenaline to run.
Well, some deep holes out there today, and we first one I hit earlier today, I got a nice wheelie on it, probably about 20 feet. And that last time through, we got in a hole that was really deep, came straight up in the air. I stayed on the throttle. I thought we were going to get out of it, but we went all the way over onto the top, and for some reason it came back onto its side.
Shagbart Farm hosts 2 bogs a year, one in the summer, the other in late fall. Money raised goes to local causes. The money raised from this fall's event went to the Liz Wargaw Memorial Fund.
We do a charity fundraiser every time we have an event, and unfortunately the money has gone to a good friend of ours, Elizabeth, who lost her life on the way home from our summer bog due to a drunk driver. So, today we gave the donation to her husband for their foundation.
Liz's truck, known as the Pink Lizzie, was in the pits, parked in its usual spot during the bog. The driver's seat, however, was empty.
First time without Pink Lizzie. Well, without Liz. Pink Lizzie is here, as you saw. Pink Lizzie's the truck. Liz Wirgau is the gal, and we miss her terribly already. It was just such a tragedy, and as she left, everyone said, "We'll see you next time," and we didn't get that chance.
Normally, we'd be out here to play in the mud, me and my wife. We were in a serious car accident last time we left here in June, and my wife was killed in the accident. So far it appears to be allegedly a drunk driver, and so we're trying to bring some awareness.
I asked Chris if he was going to drive Pink Lizzie that day.
No, I'm going to not drive it today. I'm more the test and tune guy and a repair guy and a pull on and off the trailer. I built this truck with friends and family for her, almost 7 years ago now. It's her truck, everything about it.
In a June of 2017 audio interview I did with Liz, she explained to me why she was the driver.
Oh, well, the first year I had my truck, My husband here, Chris, took it for a ride. We hauled it all the way up north and he blew the motor up. And then we had to rebuild it. Ever since then, he doesn't drive it except on the trailer and off.
Hoping to bring awareness to the cause, Pink Lizzie sat there all day with a banner on its side that read, "Please do not drink and drive."
It breaks my heart just seeing when I pull in, I see her truck up on the hill where they normally park, and to know that her truck's here but she's not here, that's probably the most awful thing ever, to have somebody taken out of your life that it was out of your control.
I love my wife. With my whole soul. I miss her a lot. And there is no excuse for any kind of distracted driving, really, but if you can imagine losing what I had and what you would do to prevent that.
Mud bogging is more than just a pastime. It's a community. This is John Rothwell reporting.
If you'd like to donate to the Elizabeth Wergo Memorial Fund, you can find more information on the Pink Lizzie Mud Truck Facebook page.
Now it's time to take a look at our weekly calendar. Check it out. You've heard of haunted houses, but have you ever heard of a haunted car wash? Jake O'Donnell tells us more about this spooky spin on a frightening favorite and tells us the good it's doing for the community.
A haunted car wash is not the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Halloween fun. However, for the 4th year in a row, Muskegon's own Vans Car Wash has opened its doors for a few nights of thrilling entertainment. Originally the idea of General Manager Don Steele, the haunted car wash has really taken off over the last few years.
About 10 years ago, I had the idea to do it, and we bugged Jerry Vanderstelt, the owner of Vans Car Wash, for about 6-8 years that we wanted to do this. About 4 years ago, I had 2 other managers that decided, hey, let's bug him about it. So all 3 of us went to him, and he said, go ahead and give it a shot. What are you going to do? I said, Jerry, we're basically going to turn off all the lights, and we're going to wash cars in the dark and scare the heck out of people. And he said, let's try it. And it's been a hit ever since. First year, we did 90 cars in 3 days. Second year, we were up around 300. Third year, we did 800 cars. This year, we're looking for more.
2018 seemed to bring just that, more cars, as friends, couples, and families lined up around the block. Many were return visitors, and some, like the Coles family, came to get scared for the first time.
It was pretty good. You know, you don't expect it, you know, and then something jumps at you, and the kids, they get scared, so it's worth it.
Yeah, but you were the one scared.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This is our 2nd year, and it was fun last year, and we did it again this one. It's even better this year.
Yeah? So. How did it improve?
They got more stuff out here.
Year-to-year improvements to the haunted car wash can be a lot of work. However, Steele told me that his team's effort really shows, and at the end of the day, it's all for a good cause.
It's a lot of different ideas from all the people around. All my employees give me their input. We put all that into play. We started out with just strobe lights and a fog machine. You will notice if you take pictures, there's a lot more going on. We now have the neighbors, M46 Power Sports. They are taking part this year. They're doing a big help. We got a lot of other people that are helping with food donations and things like that. And everything we do, we donate out to the rescue mission this year. Every year we pick a different charity to try to give the money to. And all these volunteers are here on their basis. They volunteer their time to do it.
It may appear as though scares are the priority for Van's Haunted Car Wash. However, charity is the main objective. Over the past 4 years, a few different local charities have benefited greatly from the money raised by the event. This year, proceeds went to the Muskegon Rescue Mission.
The Muskegon Rescue Mission, we've had employees in the past that have lived at the Rescue Mission before they got a job. They got a job, they got on their feet, the Rescue Mission helped them a lot, so this is our chance to help the Rescue Mission back. The first year we did Every Woman's Place. It was a local charity. It's a smaller charity. And then last year we did Child Abuse Council because it's a children's holiday, so we wanted to get back to the children. So we're trying to rotate between them three because they're local, smaller organizations, and that way our little bit of donation makes a big impact.
The car wash's mission to bring together the community has been a success over the past few years. According to Muskegon resident Angelique, the low cost, fun times, and charitable nature of the event has turned it into a Halloween tradition for her family.
It's a cheap family fun thing to do, and it's safe for the kids, and it's something that we can all do. I mean, look, there's 5 of us in here for $10. We get a car wash also. And I love that, you know, all these places have gotten together, like this new place next door is like letting us go through their parking lot and everything. That's great.
So if you're looking to get your fix of Halloween frights, Van's Car Wash is the place to come for some spooky and sudsy fun. Reporting from Muskegon, I'm Jake O'Donnell.
Thanks, Jake. For more information about the Muskegon Rescue Mission, you can check out their website at muskegonmission.org. And from all of us here at West Side Stories, we hope you had a happy Halloween.
It's time now for our weekly trip to WGVU Digital Studios. Jennifer Moss, host of Order Up, takes us to Judson Steakhouse. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Moss. You've probably heard of the Gilmore Collection, a distinguished collection of restaurants and entertainment spots in Grand Rapids. The restaurants seem to have a little something for everyone, whether it's pizza you crave or perhaps a good steak or maybe even scallops. We'll be taking a look at 3 of the restaurants out of the collection in our next few Order Up segments. We're starting with Judson Steakhouse, which is downtown at the Bob. Take a look.
Judson's has been around for a few decades now as part of the Bob. It's named after what the building originally was. It used to be a grocery packing facility named Judson's, and we do a steakhouse here with a little bit of a modern element to it. So we have some more composed dishes as compared to your a la carte steaks and sides, which we do have too. A little bit quieter dining atmosphere as far as for the Bob goes, whereas the rest of the building's a little more open, you know, so we're a little closed off in this corner.
Whet the appetite for our viewers here. Tell me about the steaks. I mean, they range from, of course, maybe the petit filet all the way up to the larger versions for those who are very hungry.
The tomahawk, ribeye. Yeah, so, you know, we have something as popular as our top sirloin steak, which is a nice 8-ounce cut of top sirloin, prime. And then we go up to fillets and New York strips. We have a really good meat program that we're getting beef through Detroit, but it's out of Kansas, called Creekstone. We get natural beef in, so we're antibiotic free and hormone free on a lot of our steaks. And then we get all the way up to the tomahawk, which is dry aged, 32 ounces bone in.
32 ounces.
We call it
huge.
a steak for 2 or for 1 hungry person.
Very hungry person,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And I understand too, field to table, is that correct?
A lot of times.
Many of your
our vegetables, yeah. The Gilmore collection as a whole, we use a veggie purveyor. He grows what he can here in our Michigan weather, and so we like to get it. You know, this month, these type of seasonal months, I'm getting squash off his farm right now, and still some radishes and root vegetables are coming off his farm. But during the summer, we get corn and tomatoes and everything. So yeah, we try to support as local as we can, put it right on the table.
What's the most exciting thing for you about being a chef and being a chef at a place such as Judson's in the middle of downtown Grand Rapids as we continue again? Just the dynamics of growing and growth here in the city.
I think that my favorite thing is getting to work with people and educate them on food, educate them on local availability, and expose people to new flavors or new food trends. And we get an opportunity down here because it's, you know, it's more populous than a lot of restaurants, and I don't always have to fit a cookie cutter mold. I have great ownership that lets me be real flexible about what I try as far as features and menu items go. So I'd say that's probably my favorite thing is working for the Gilmores and their kind of willingness to work with you as far as growing your restaurant, growing new tastes and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Chef Adam. We appreciate your time.
Most welcome. Yeah, not a problem.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of Order Up. Next, we'll be heading to Rockford and the Bostwick Lake Inn, boasting some of the best walleye around. You don't want to miss it. I'm Jennifer Moss. Join us next time on Order Up.
And as always, a big thanks to WGVU Digital Studios for that piece. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week. Be sure to get out and vote on Tuesday. I'm Preston Onikuski.
And I'm Callie Hubbard. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week here on West Side Stories.
West Side Stories is produced by students from the Multimedia Journalism program at Grand Valley State University. Support also comes from the School of Communications, inspiring thought, perfecting practice.